Hello, Sagittarius. I almost didn't say Sagittarius. This is Sagittarius singles for September 2020. We're already in September readings. Man, where did the summer go? It's been some crazy days, huh? So this is a single reading for you single Sagittarians. And, this is an intuitive reading, so that means it's just not going to be for everybody. It possibly can't be, but that's all right if it's not for you. There's always another message on another day that might be better suited for you. And again, always check your placements, your moon, rising, and Venus signs, because those placements might give you a clear you might get a clear understanding when you look to those signs when it comes to any type of tarot readings. So it really just depends. But this is just a general singles love reading for Sagittarians here, September 2020. And I read cards on first impression, so I might read cards a little bit different than what you're used to. To me, the first impression when I first see the card is the most important thing, over and above what the traditional meaning is. And so, I mean, yes, it does very much play a role in the reading, but I read first impression first. That to me is the most important thing. So we're going to see what's going on for you singles Sagittarius. The Magician, Three of Cups, Eight of Cups, the Moon, wow, Five of Pentacles. Very, very diverse reading here. We're going to pull some of these and see how everything lines up. But I do feel like you're coming out of a period in your life where, the party, what is going on here? The party's over, or you're kind of tired of the party life, or just the footloose kind of fancy-free type lifestyle, that maybe a little bohemian in a way. So I think many of you are just kind of wanting out of that good time type atmosphere, because I think it's leaving you feeling very empty. And so that might be what this is about. I don't know. I just feel like you are ready. Gosh, this card keeps coming out. It's come out for every fire sign. And, I don't know how that happens, but it does. So I do feel like you feel that there is this sense of emptiness and dissatisfaction with when it comes to just doing whatever you want whenever you want, having those friendships that are just kind of it's like the party atmosphere, or it's just the casual atmosphere that might be a little overindulgent. So I feel like you want out of that. I think you feel very disappointed and let down by like how superficial things can be in that type of environment, and I do feel like that for a couple of reasons. So we're gonna talk about this. So you have the Five of Pentacles here. So I do feel like this is all about you feeling just let down, disappointed in the lifestyle you've had for a while now, because it hasn't been like a true fulfilling type of way to live your life. It's fun for a while. It's nice to be independent and not have to answer to anybody. And when I say answer to anybody, not meaning like there's somebody that's telling you what to do, but when you're in a relationship, we are accountable to one another. And so I feel like that lack of accountability has been something that has allowed you to be very free. But I do feel like maybe some things might have got a little bit out of control, or you might have just really let loose for a long time, but it's leaving you feel very empty and depleted. And I almost feel like it's just been a growing kind of a growing ball of sadness. This is just the way I see it. I envision this like this heavy burden growing, because at the end of the night when you go home and you're alone, that's it. You know, the party's over, and there really is nobody there to share your life with, the true intimate aspects of your life. And so I do feel like that's kind of where you're coming from now, Sagittarius, is really wanting to get into something more meaningful. You know, you have the Magician as your first card, so this to me is you taking the first step to making changes. And I think, you know, it's really quite simple how to do that. But this to me is also saying really getting things together so you have the willpower to resist those urges and temptations when it comes to those in your circle, because they might be a big pulling force on you to really want to just live life on the edge, you know, or live life just like carefree. So, you know, you get off work, you go to happy hour, or you know, you party on the weekends, or you just can do whatever you want whenever you want. And I know we're quite limited on what we can and can't do right now as a whole because of this whole pandemic issue, but still there's people getting out there and doing things and having fun and being responsible with it. But so you have the Magician. I think this is you really getting your willpower together to kind of resist those temptations and those urges, because you might have spurts or bouts of loneliness, and I think you're really just deciding that you're in the pursuit of something that is long-term, meaningful and long-lasting. And I think you have some choices to make here. I think you have to, I think you know realistically you can't have the best of both worlds. Yes, you can have a circle of friends. Yes, you can indulge somewhat. But I think that there's some people that aren't going to like your decision. They're not going to like your decision to really do an about face and really do some searching in your life for that next meaningful relationship. And so I think they might take offense to it. So to me, I feel like this is like a divorce of that situation. The Three of Cups is going to come to an end. There is going to be this kind of like you're going to want to put your cup down when it comes to this. Excuse me. You're going to want to put your cup down, and you're not going to really want to continue on in that. And so you might feel like that you are kind of grieving the loss of a circle of people, friends in that. And it might be a little bit of struggle for you. It might be a little bit difficult. You have the Eight of Cups, and you're departing from that. But you're not walking away from this. You're walking towards something new. And you're going in search of that. And I think that's what you're doing. Sagittarius is definitely interesting. And then you have the Moon. This is, excuse me, I don't know why my throat's dry. This is you going into a period of introspection. This is you having to confront your shadow side and to look at some things that are in the darker corners. You know, the moon is the lesser light. The sun illuminates everything. The moon doesn't expose everything. So there are things that we have to kind of find our way, use our senses to feel our way through life. So we have to be willing to confront some of the things that are maybe not so out there, maybe not so visible. And so I think this is like a beginning of a period for you of reflection and discovery, kind of digging into your shadow side, looking into, looking into things in a deeper level, a deeper meaning. I think this is really all about you being triggered into some kind of mini awakening, or like going through some kind of mini awakening. And so I think that that's kind of where you end up in September. you want to pull your things, yourself together, and kind of depart from that environment, that lifestyle that you've probably been in for a long time, because it probably has left you feeling, again, very depleted. And I do feel like that there probably was a lot of gossip, a lot of pettiness in this type of place that you've come from. And I think that that's part of the reason why you want to get away from it, because I feel like you are kind of on a higher plane. And when it comes to all that pettiness and conflict, I feel like it really just rubs you the wrong way, and it really turns you off. And so I think that's the other reason why you're just feeling like you aren't in this anymore. And it's time to maybe, in a sense, grow up. Not that you're not a grown up, so don't take offense, but it's time to kind of grow up and out of that. It's time to branch out. It's time to move on, because I know, like I feel like you know you have a calling in your life to go on to bigger and better things, and you kind of sowed your oats for a while, and you got to have fun. So I do think that's what that chaos and conflict is about, and that's really what triggers you in this Eight of Cups. And again, I say the Eight of Cups isn't you walking away from people. This is you walking toward your dream and going in search of that. But you got to spend a little time doing some searching, going through those shadow sides of yourself, those shadow aspects, kind of confronting some things and discovering some very new and powerful things about yourself, because the moon is going to illuminate some things that maybe you didn't understand or you didn't know before. So you have the lotus butterfly, and so this is all about that transformation. And I think this is the perfect card to come out for you. All about transformation. It's all about becoming something new, something beautiful, Sagittarius. So I do like this. This is definitely you beginning that metamorphosis, you know. And ultimately, I think that really there is this part of you that's suppressed inside, and I think you know that, and you really want to just let that out. You don't want to feel like you have to fit in the kind of that mold with what people expect of you, you know, the things you're supposed to like, the things that you do, the way that you act, the way that you talk, you know, not having to fit in some social mold. And I think you want out of that. And so then you also have here, go the distance. And to me, this is the best thing here, because what this does say is you may have to go the distance, but you know, when you finally have gone the distance, there is a reward that's there. It's not like doing it in vain. It's not doing it and then finding out that it wasn't worth it. This is saying go the distance, you know, ramp up your stamina, be willing to do the work, because I think that once you finally do cross the finish line, there is a very big reward for you on the other side. And so I think you are in pursuit of that next part of your life where it's more meaningful, and you get to share that with somebody that is like-minded with you, and you get to get out of that kind of petty type of atmosphere that maybe you have been a part of for a while. So Sagittarius, I do love this. I think this is a great reading. I think that you really are like going through a little bit of an awakening, because you want something solid and something that's actually real and not superficial. And so this is all about that bumping yourself up another level in life. And when I mean bump yourself up another level, it's about that spiritual maturity coming out. It really wants to just come out of you. And I don't think that even if you wanted to hold it back, that you couldn't. Something would transpire and force you into that. And I think you're going willingly into this, knowing that this is the next step for you in life, and you're ready to take that step and move on. So Sagittarius, I love this. You're probably going to be single a little while, but that's okay. You know, I think that means that there's something much better at the end of this for you. That's why this is saying go the distance. Don't give up, because when you give up, that's when the miracle is going to happen anyway. So I'm going to say have a great rest of your day. You'll know if this was for you, because it will make you have felt something. It'll resonate with you deeply. And if it did, leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to hear more from me down the road. Thanks. Have a great rest of your day.